WTH.
What the hell?
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 This is the WTH.
The WTH podcast.
Hold on to your butts.
Jason Casey.
Jason Casey.
Kareem Daniels.
Kareem Daniels.
And Nate Darling.
Nate Darling.
From the Darling New Media Studios.
This is the WTH podcast.
Hello and welcome into another episode of the WTH podcast. With Kareem and Jason, I am Nate, and I hope you had a fantastic weekend. I'm assuming I made it back from Denver.
Yes. Safe and sound.
The Great American Beer Festival. I mean, I'm flying Delta, so...
Yeah. I'm sorry, bro.
On the way out, just FYI, on the way, and this is all in the past now. The way out, I fly from Sacramento to Seattle to Denver, where I have a 37-minute layover.
You were running from one plane to the other. Hopefully they're in the same terminal.
On the way back, I'm flying from Denver to Salt Lake to Sacramento, and I believe I have a 45-minute layover.
That kind of gives me a little bit of a chubby.
What, the 30-minute layover?
Yeah, just the whole thing. Like, 3 flights to get to a place that should only take one flight.
Well, it's only one stop. It's one stop each way. The thing is, if you don't want to pay, if you want to get there and not have to pay a bunch, you have to sacrifice. And you either sacrifice with a 4.5-hour layover, or you sacrifice by rolling the dice on them being late and you missing that connection.
Yeah.
I will roll the dice on missing the connection almost every time, because there will be another plane.
There's another plane.
There is another plane, and I'm getting to Denver Wednesday evening. The tickets I have for the Great American Beer Festival were for Friday, so I have all day Thursday if I cannot get there in time.
Yes.
And that's just fine. That is absolutely
just fine, bro.
Both fine and dandy.
Damn, bro.
Fine and dandy.
There are good things. You have fun in Denver before the beer fest.
Well, we're keeping it on a budget, too, because as I might have mentioned here on the podcast, I've started a new business, and so far, we haven't made enough money to pay the rent without dipping into the reserve yet. So going all out on the trip, in and of itself is going all out.
Yeah.
I mean, it was one of those things where it's my friend who lives in Charlotte, who I don't get to see very often, and it's one of those events that, it's sort of been a dream to go to for a very long time. So it's one of those things where I had to do it. I have missed out on some things because of career.
Yeah.
That I shouldn't have. I missed the chance to go to the Super Bowl the year that the Patriots pulled the biggest comeback in Super Bowl history, because I was working at Fox 40 and we had a Super Bowl ad to get done. And it would have been cutting it very close. And the Super Bowl was on Fox 40 that year. And it was less than 2 years later that they told me my job didn't exist anymore. So it was a really good reminder of and honest to God, I'm not bitter, because it gave me the push I guess I needed to start this new business. And because I don't know for sure if I would have left that security.
Yeah.
Because you got a job, you're making money, you know what you're doing. It's real easy to, and I know I've done this, and I think a lot of other people have. You stay in a job that you don't necessarily get rewarded by because it's comfortable and it's safe.
Yes.
And growing up, my mom was someone who was always about safety and security. She turned down opportunities that could have made a lot more money than she was making, because she said, I know I'm going to have this much money at the end of the week. I know I'm going to get this. And my mom had a stroke while she was driving around making sales calls for a job that she didn't like.
Yeah.
So it's a good lesson for everybody to, if you're not happy, man, figure something out. Figure anything out. Whether, I quit a job after going to a Cassandra Wilson concert.
because I had waited so long to see her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like my favorite singer.
Right.
And I'd waited so long to see her, and I got to, and it was me and my girlfriend's first real date. And we went to see her, and I'm spending half of the time thinking about bullshit at work.
Right.
And it wasn't what I actually had to do at work because I like my job, but it was the bullshit politics that went along with the job.
Sure.
And I was like, man, this is not what I want to do. I don't want to be here thinking about that shit.
Right.
And I went to work that Monday and was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm good.
Yeah, we've all done that, right? Like, I mean, I did that when I was at the pet inn. Like, they were just trying to throw some bullshit on me, and I was like, I went home, like, the day that they threw the bullshit on me, I was like, I need to get another fucking job ASAP. And I went home at lunch, updated my resume, sent it out to 5 people. The next day I sent it out to 5 people for a week because I was like, I'm not fucking staying in this bullshit anymore.
And my biological father died with 1,000 hours of vacation time and sick time on the books. That's not together. That's each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You get one life. You get one life, and we kill ourselves in so many ways for jobs. Now, I have my own business now, so at least I'm killing myself for something that is to benefit myself and my family.
Yeah.
But I also remember growing up on a farm and how that was the all-consuming thing. Everything, going and milking the cows twice a day was more important than anything else in the universe. Yeah. And I, for a very long time, resented that.
Yeah.
I understand it, but you resent it too. So I don't want, as much as I love this business and I love what we're doing here and I love the possibilities and the creative people that are going to come through here as we move forward, whether it's for podcasts, whether it's for photo, video, whatever it might be, there needs to be a balance between my life and my work. Mm-hmm. And without that, I don't think you live a very rewarding life.
Yeah.
You know, despite, Bill Gates and his didn't take a vacation for 5 years situation. And I get not taking a vacation and going away and that sort of thing, but you got to recharge at some point.
Yeah.
And just, even if you love what you do, there are other people in your life too that you have to sort of be responsible to. And it's one of those things which is like, so that's why I'm going to the beer festival. So that's why I'm going out of state without my family to drink beer.
Exactly.
If you want to get back to what we were talking about.
And that's actually the best way to get drunk.
Out of state without your family?
Yes. I mean, like, here's the thing. Then you don't have to worry about shit. Like, you don't have to, like, listen, I'm in another state. There's nothing I can fucking do. Like, I mean, I can get on a plane. By the time I'm there, I'll be sober, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to get drunk. I'm going to hang out with my friend, and there's beer involved.
4 hours with over 600 types of beer.
800.
800
types.
I'm not going to get drunk.
What I've told him is, look, I already said we're not going to get to all of them.
Yeah, no, I know.
But you're going to try.
You're going to try.
Oh, no. We're not even going to look at the sours. Fuck that. Fuck the sours. Fuck the sours. We're going to get rid of those. I'm probably not, you know what? Pills. Nope. Not even going to look at those.
IPAs?
Well, I mean, that's going to be a lot of it. Yeah.
Stout?
Nope. Fuck the stouts. Fuck the stouts. Fuck the porters. Not doing them.
Wow.
See? Told you.
So are you just doing, are you going to do lagers?
I might do a lager. I'm
All
going to be
right.
looking for interesting things. IPAs. I might go for a good Pilsner. I like a good Hefeweizen. A blonde ale done well is magical. Anything with blood orange is going to be of interest to me. Unless it's a blood orange porter, because that sounds gross.
You're going to get about 20 beers in, and then all that shit's going to go out the window.
It sounds like my trip to Ireland, where I was like, I'm going to stop and have a beer in every pub on my way back to the hostel. And I got, like, to the third one, and I already had, like, 6 beers.
And then Jason got hostile.
I'm not a violent drunk.
Okay. Nor am I. But yeah, if I don't make it back from Colorado, it's been great. I hope you've enjoyed the podcast.
Man.
I fully expect to make it back. I'm flying Delta. It's not like I'm flying Spirit or Frontier.
That's true.
It's all good.
Fuck, man.
Because of this story, before we get to the airing of the grievances, I want to talk about this. Headline: Man drank 7 beers before turning himself in, but there was no warrant for his arrest.
Oh, man.
A Texas man ended up in jail even though there was no warrant for his arrest. According to WTVT, Billy Bob Hall thought there was a warrant out for his arrest for parole violation, so he went to the local jail to turn himself in. But before he did, he drank 7 Budweisers. The deputy speaking with the 59-year-old detected a strong smell of beer. No kidding. They report that Hall told police that he had to drink to build up the courage to turn himself in. Authorities said Hall did not have a warrant out for his arrest, but police found him to be intoxicated to the level where he was a danger to himself or others, so he was arrested for public intoxication.
Oh, that sucks.
Wow.
You know what? That's what that's called is a self-fulfilling prophecy.
It is.
Yep. He manifested his own.
That's so sad, man. Sorry, bro.
Bro.
Bro, why didn't you talk to me, bro? I could have told you you didn't have any warrants out, bro.
Bro, I forgot. I was going to, but then I got really drunk and I forgot, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. Like, next time, just give me a call, and I could have checked the police computers for you.
I got you on speed dial, bro.
Well, you didn't speed dial me.
Nah, I butt dialed you.
And now it's time for the airing of the f***ing grievances.
All right, Kareem, what's been chewing a hole in your keister?
I know we're not supposed to talk about Trump, and technically I'm not talking about Trump. Although the media has done a better job over this last weekend, I do have one issue with the media and the whole impeachment thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they keep talking about how the impeachment of Bill Clinton hurt the Republicans and helped the Democrats. The reason why the impeachment of Bill Clinton hurt the Republicans and helped the Democrats is because it was about a fucking blowjob.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
After everything that they went through to impeach Bill Clinton, it was about a fucking blowjob. And the fact that the media still won't admit that his impeachment was about a fucking blowjob is driving me fucking crazy with what's going on now.
Well, it was about him lying to Congress.
About a fucking blowjob.
What is the definition of is?
It's about sex and a fucking blowjob. This is bigger than anything that Bill Clinton did.
This is bigger than what Nixon did.
That was what I was going to go. My next is that this is bigger than what Nixon did. So, media, if you stop comparing the two like they're the same fucking thing and point out the fact that Bill Clinton got impeached for a fucking blowjob and this motherfucker is trying to get another country to mess around in our election, then the public would jump on this shit faster. But you're trying to play this fucking fake ass central thing and you're fucking it up. And fuck you, Bill Maher, for trying to make it seem like Rachel Maddow was being unfair to the Bidens or to Trump by not checking out the Bidens in the same way. Fuck you, Bill Maher, with your new centrist asshole bullshit that you're putting on, because the shit had already been debunked. There was no point in her going over the shit again. So get your head out your ass. I don't know who the fuck you're trying to cater to now. I guess you can't get no more black pussy, so you're trying to go back to the white side. So fuck you, Bill Maher. That's the other part of that.
Jason.
Man, I just had what I was really upset about, and I fucking lost it.
There was this huge hog in front of me.
It was huge. It was huge. Yeah. So, man. Okay. So this is what upset me today. Like fucking. This is what got me fucking pissed off. Is some guy talking about how whistleblowers need to be beat up and hit and like that shit like that. Like, you know, that it's okay to try to kill a whistleblower. Like, you know, like in any way saying like, I don't understand how people that are law that preach about like accepting the law and how that's a number one thing and like kneeling for the flag is like against like, but then they go and say like, fuck narcs, dude. Nobody likes a narc. Like, you can't have it fucking both ways, bro. You can't. You can't say that it's okay. Like, you support the law enforcement, but when somebody does something bad, that it, you know, that they're being a narc. Like, that's the way law enforcement works, and that's the way it has always worked. There's narcs, and if you don't like narcs, then you don't like law enforcement. Period. Like, so get off your horse. Second thing, if you have to explain that the Iron Eagle that you have on your background profile picture is not the Nazi symbol. Iron Eagle, because its head is turned the other way, and it's not holding a swastika, but it says Antifa. Bro, you're probably a Nazi supporter and you don't even realize it at this point. Because really, what is saying that you're anti-Antifa? Like, when you say you're anti-Antifa, you're saying that you're anti-fascist. So that means you're for fascists.
You double negative of yourself.
That's right.
So you said you like fascists. So, like, there's nothing you can say where you're going to say, and then you accuse me of not being a real American. Just think about that. And then talk about also how your grandfather fought at the Battle of the Bulge. All right. So he's proud that his son is now sporting the symbol that wasn't of Nazi Germany, but of Imperial Germany.
You said bulge?
There was this huge hog in front of me.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's just so fucking ridiculous that, like, and if you know that much about, like, oh yeah, and the Nazi symbol, you know that the Nazi symbol was a Hindu symbol before. Like, first of all, but now it's associated with Nazis. Like, I don't know why you would want to use something that's possibly associated with Nazis unless you like Nazis, right? Like, right? Like, right? And not only that, like, if you're going to make that argument, like, you should probably realize that you're fucking supporting Nazis. Because that's the only people that say shit like that. Like, well, you know, there used to be a Hindu sign. Oh, and that Iron Eagle is from it's from Roman times. Yeah, that's why the fucking Nazis co-opted that shit. Because the Hindus talk about the Aryans, and they were the Aryans, right? And then also, fuck you. Just fuck you, you fucking Nazi supporter. And you know what? It's so funny that you say that I'm a snowflake, because all I ever did was put facts out. I never said one bad word about you. When I did say something, and I said, it's so funny because I totally got this guy so triggered. All I said was, hey, did you know that symbol you have on your background is a Nazi symbol? I posted it. Then I was like, you know, I better just make sure what I'm saying is the truth. I then did a little bit of research and realized, oh, it's the one that, like, when Hitler first came into rule and was first won his election. Oh, he won it under that party. Okay, sorry. And it was only there until 1945 before they switched over to, like, the Third Reich, like, fully on, when he had, like, the control of everything. Sorry, bro. Sorry that I was, like, sorry that I that wasn't, like, long ago. Like, it wasn't long, like, oh, man. So, yeah, so I just made a point of just saying, hey, did you know that's a symbol of Nazi? And then he had at least 15 posts after that, and I had 3 posts after that. And I called him a snowflake because I triggered him. And then I apologized for calling him a snowflake because he got really upset with it and gave me his phone number and told me to if I, you know, stop hiding behind my keyboard and come see him. That's fine. All right. I'm going to come to San Diego to see you, right?
Bro!
Let's hug it out. I thought about calling him and just saying, hey, man, what's up?
We could have called him on the show.
We should. Let's pause the show and give him a call.
No, we're not going to do that now.
But no, yeah, so like, I just fuck these guys and fuck you. Like, one of the jobs as like who I am and what I'm doing as a human being at this point, and I shouldn't do it on Facebook, but I gotta fucking, like, if you're a white guy and you're a racist, I'm gonna be fucking confronting you. That's just the way it's gonna be from now on. In real life, I will probably confront you if I see you. So, yeah, they're not cool, man. Racists are not cool.
All right, mine's going to seem rather small and petty compared to all of that. But I was reminded of something as I was sitting here listening to Jason go on and on about his little Facebook dalliance. So I have a bottle of Woodchuck hard cider here in my hand. By the way, the best hard cider on earth.
Okay.
Fuck all the other hard ciders.
Take your word for it.
And I flicked a corner of the label. And I was reminded of something because I saw this on the new show Stumptown, the first episode.
Oh.
As she was peeling the label off of a beer bottle. I was reminded how much I fucking hate people peeling the labels off of beer bottles and leaving them places. In whether it's a house party or a bar, I fucking hate that. Look, you don't know what to do with your fingers. Great. How about you jam them up your ass? Stop peeling the labels off of beer bottles. Oh, it's a nervous habit. Is it? Do you do it to your fucking mayonnaise jar out of your fridge? No, you don't. You pull out the fucking Hellmann's or the Great Value, depending on what side of the country you're on, and you take out your goddamn mayonnaise and you put it back. You're not peeling the label. Are you peeling the label off your bottle of Cholula? No, you're not. You're bored when you're drinking because your brain doesn't know what to do with itself because it's so tiny and ineffective normally, and you're shutting it down because you're adding alcohol, probably Bud Light, because you are a simpleton. Leave the goddamn labels alone. That's it.
Oh, man.
That's tame.
That's my grievance.
I got to finish watching that, too.
Yeah. I liked the first episode.
Yeah.
I really did.
How's AEW? Is it AEW?
AEW, as we record this, premieres Wednesday. So it's premiered as you're hearing this when we drop the show. It premiered October 2nd.
Damn it, I forgot to record Bob Loves Abishola.
Oh, my God. That looks awful.
I wanted to see what it looked like.
It looks awful.
What is it? What's that show? Is that a reality TV show?
Oh, my God. You clearly don't watch CBS because every fucking break was a promo for Bob Hart's Abishola. Bob is a white guy. Bob was the male lead from Mike and Molly.
Yeah.
Well, Bob has a heart attack and he falls in love with his black Jamaican. Is she Jamaican?
She's either Jamaican or Nigerian.
Either way, she's a nurse, and he falls in love with her in the hospital because he likes the way she says his name, Bob. That's the show. I have another grievance. Why do they keep giving Chuck Lorre shows? Oh, I know. It's not Chuck's fault that you're all idiots.
He pretty much says that usually at the end of his shows. If you read the comments.
Why does CBS keep greenlighting it? Because he makes them fucking dump truckloads of money because people in the middle of the country will eat this shit up while they're peeling the labels off their Bud Light.
Everything's connected.
Full circle.
We are all connected.
Full circle. Meanwhile, an Oregon felon allegedly placed methamphetamine into bean dip that she served to coworkers at a Thriftway supermarket. Police charged that Cassandra Medina Hernandez, who's 38, provided spiked bean dip to a woman who fell ill after consuming it. Now, upon being treated at the hospital, the victim learned the bean dip may have contained methamphetamine. The 27-year-old victim told cops that Medina Hernandez, who was working in the store's deli, provided her with the bean dip, and that's according to a probable cause affidavit. Now, a fellow Thriftway employee told police that Medina Hernandez told her about placing drugs inside the victim's food. A second worker told investigators that Cassandra had messaged her to claim that placing the methamphetamine in the food was an accident. Now, after opening a criminal probe earlier in the month, investigators determined that at least one other employee had consumed bean dip from the same dish that was believed to have been contaminated. Deputies arrested Medina Hernandez on several charges, including unlawful delivery of methamphetamine and recklessly endangering another person. Investigators said they have no reason to believe customers were served contaminated food at the supermarket. She's being held in lieu of $520,000 bond. Her rap sheet includes convictions for assault, robbery, identity theft, delivery of methamphetamine, theft, possession of methamphetamine, and felon in possession of a restricted weapon. This is why potlucks are a bad idea.
She's sure she didn't leave it in the fridge and somebody else ate their bean dip. I'm gonna get you, bitch. You bitches been stealing my bean dip. I'm gonna get y'all.
Just like I can get that thief. I mean, but at the same time, I mean, it's like the best way to like, take an illicit drug, right? When you don't know about it, so you can't get in trouble for it. Like somebody
In the bean dip?
Yeah, and they'd be like, man, no, listen, it's great. It's great. I'm having a fucking awesome day. But somebody did some of that fucking bean dip, all right?
No, literally, so much work got done that day at the Thriftway until everybody's heart exploded.
Yeah. They're like, man, this has been a great day. It's like the major leagues in the 1990s.
Until everyone's heart exploded.
Let's leave the hustle.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Wrong button.
Florida, land of enchantment and crazy shit. This is Florida Corner.
A Florida homeowner found two strangers having sex in her yard. That's according to cops who arrested the pair on trespass and indecent exposure charges. The Key West woman told police she had initially heard individuals arguing in the side yard of her residence. When the 52-year-old witness went to investigate the disturbance, it wasn't an argument, it was the beast with two backs. She discovered a man and woman having sex against the wall. Officers responded to the call, confronted the couple around 5 p.m. as they were lying down in the yard. Must have been a tough one. The suspects, Stephen James Dean, who's 36, and Teresa Ann Behan, who's 49, both smelled of alcohol and appeared intoxicated. Asked what they were doing at the residence, Behan claimed that James, her music promoter, lived there. But Dean was more forthcoming and spontaneously uttered they were having sex in the yard. Stupid! They were both arrested for indecent exposure and trespassing. Those are misdemeanors. Behan also charged with a pair of felonies after she allegedly kicked and punched a patrolman.
She wanted to hit the dean. He was like, you dumb motherfucker.
Dean was also hit with a felony for allegedly threatening to kill two Key West cops.
Man, I was getting ready to explode. Why did you do that?
So they seem nice. Yes, I am using an ad blocker. Also in Florida, deputy accused of receiving oral sex at a Tampa homeless camp while on duty. Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputy is on unpaid leave as the office investigates the allegation that he received oral sex from a woman at a homeless camp. Oh. Anyway, he claims that, he was just watching. He didn't actually get oral sex.
Alrighty.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That's the best way to get oral sex.
Yeah.
Just to watch it.
Just watch it. Just watch it. And that's Florida Corner for you.
Man.
Hey, if you enjoy these stories from Florida, or whether you're just shocked and horrified, we bring them to you every week 3 times for free. The least you can do is help support the show by sharing it with a friend that you think might enjoy what we do here, and by hitting that Shop Amazon tab at the top of WTHpod.com. It helps support the show and doesn't cost you anything extra, so thanks for doing that.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Get the hell out of here with that. All right, so this story tickled me because apparently I'm too old. I don't get the appeal of sending dick pics. I really don't. Jason, do you get the appeal of sending dick pics?
Nope.
Liar. Kareem, what about you?
No.
Okay. Here's the rub.
Here's the thing. You don't send a dick pic till they ask for it.
Well, and even then. Here's the headline from the Daily Star in the UK. Guy sends trans woman penis pic and is shocked to get one of her penis in return.
That's what you get, bro.
Whoa. An internet creep who sent Faye Kinley a photo of his penis via Facebook got a rude awakening when Faye sent back a snap of her own, notably larger penis. Faye, who was born biologically male but is currently transitioning, still has a penis of her own and even points that out on her Twitter bio. The chap who proudly sent her a photo of his manhood clearly hadn't noticed that. He sent the image with the not entirely original chat-up line, "Hey girl, you are so sexy." Faye sent her cheeky response back, and suddenly the boot was on the other foot. She did post a censored photo of the croissant. This dude does a weird job grooming. I'm just going to say it. I mean, it's like he keeps it long the further away from his wang he gets.
What?
And then it gets shorter, but it's still stubbly. See what I'm saying? there?
Oh, the croissant's like covering it up.
It's covering his penis,
Oh.
Jason.
That's. I mean, just because like seeing the hand there and the size of the croissant, like. Kind of.
I'm just checking the groin out. You see how
Yeah.
it gets.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird what he's doing there. The stunned online exhibitionist responded, "What the hell?"
Oh my god.
And then Faye said, "Why would you send me that?" And finally, "I'm blocking your number now. Bye." Before having second thoughts and adding, "Delete this conversation."
There's a headline that I saw that was ridiculous.
Yeah, we'll go back to
Okay.
that. I know exactly what you're saying.
Hilarious.
Speaking to the Daily Star online, Faye says she gets quite a lot of dick pics, but this bold response had never previously crossed her mind, saying, "It had never really occurred to me before. Normally I ignore them, or sometimes if it's on Facebook, I'll go on their friend list and find their mom and send them the screenshot."
Yeah.
But in this case, she said she was inspired, said it just crossed my mind, and he responded exactly as I would have expected. She shared the story on Twitter, and the response has been one of almost universal praise. Because Faye used a full-on eggplant to cover her penis in the photo.
I like his response. Why the hell would you send me that?
No, that was her response.
Oh, was that her response?
Yeah. One admirer wrote, "Men really flip out when you treat them the way they treat you." Another chipped in, "I love when he tells you to delete the conversation, like he didn't barge into your space with his grundle and spindle out in the first place." Someone else who had some legal training pointed out, "Sending this unsolicited is a crime, and you can report him and his number to the police. He'll likely have a contract phone, so police will be able to trace him." Faye doesn't think she'll do that, but the dick pic dick pic man's day of surprises may not yet be over. So that has to be quite the surprise.
Yeah, see those what the hell, that's from him.
Oh, it is from him. What the
Yeah.
hell? Why would you send me that? I'm blocking your number now.
Bye. Delete this conversation. Well, bro, you got what you asked for.
Yeah, well, that's gotta ruin your day.
As well, like, it shouldn't ruin your day, but he's an asshole, so yes, he deserves to have his day.
What it should ruin your day, and it should be a lesson that it's probably going to ruin someone else's day if you send them an unsolicited dick pic.
That's what I'm saying. Like, good that it ruined his day. I'm not worried about it ruining his day.
Right.
Fuck him.
Exactly. I had a very similar thing happen when I was watching The Righteous Gemstones, as in episode 3, there's a lot of full frontal male nudity.
Lots
There's
of
a
dicks.
lot of dicks.
I'm glad you told me because I was going to check that out.
Feel free to check it out. Just know ahead of time there's going to be dick. There's a lot of dick in episode 3 of The Righteous Gemstones.
If there's a lot of dick, then it's probably really funny.
No.
Was it funny?
I wasn't amused. And I wasn't amused. Here's the thing that pissed me off. I'm going to go back. Here's another grievance. Now, there's another podcast I've listened to, the Mike O'Mara Show, and 2 of the hosts have been talking about The Righteous Gemstones and how great it is. It's okay. I'm on episode 3. It's funny. It's fine. At no point did these assholes mention how much dick was going to be in this show. Now, I get it. You censor for radio. Maybe a heads up to people that there is penis.
Yeah, a real heads up.
There's yes. Or
Mushroom head, huh?
and as my wife pointed out, a lot of growers in there.
A lot of growers, not showers.
I like how Jason responded knowingly. I would say my least favorite moment was when Walton Goggins, who plays Baby Billy, gets up out of an outdoor bathtub and we see his grundle and nutsack from behind. Didn't need that. So now you know. Look, I'm telling you, if you watch The Righteous Gemstones in episode 3, there's a lot of dick.
Lots of dick.
You've been warned. The headline Jason mentioned, apparently cockfishing sex trend is becoming popular, and it's even worse than catfishing.
Wow.
I don't know what. Well,
Oh man, has this ever happened to you?
we're going along very quickly. Let's see. Soft ghosted. Penis size. Lie about the penis. Oh. Okay, here's what it is. Men feel the need to lie about the size of their package. It's called cockfishing. It's like catfishing, but worse. It refers to those who misrepresent their assets to potential dates. According to the Metro, the word, which is known as catcocking, is giving those who edit dick pics to make it seem like their manhoods are bigger.
Those have been lying about the size of their dick since the beginning of time.
Yeah, but now they've got Photoshop. And apparently the ultra-wide mode on the iPhone 11 Pro. I saw a fun photo on Twitter, someone holding a banana out, and as you get to the outskirts of the frame on the super wide lens, it really starts to distort. And this chick took a picture of a banana and said, "Ladies, you have been warned."
Man, I just take a screenshot from whatever porno I'm watching, close it up, and send that.
Right, and she's like, "You have a black penis?"
Yep.
All right, let's get the hell out of here.
Let's leave the hustle and bustle for small town news.
All right, we go back to Redding, California. Headline: Man drives stolen excavator into Arco overhang in South Redding.
Fuck, man.
2 gas pump islands at the AM/PM Arco on Lower Churn Creek Road are closed after a large excavator that was stolen from a nearby construction site was driven into the station's overhang, causing extensive damage. That's from Redding Police. Around 3:15 a.m., Shasta County Sheriff's Office deputies were flagged down by a witness who observed a man driving an excavator down Churn Creek Road and onto the gas station's overhang. Witnesses at the station said they were able to convince the man to stop the excavator before he drove into the station's mini-mart. Now, officers later determined the suspect, Remore Allen Smith, who's 37 and from North Carolina. Kareem, he's one of your people in so many ways.
Where the fuck was he?
Why is he in Redding?
Exactly.
Oh, they probably gave him a ticket. They're probably like, "Hey, here's a ticket.
Goes anywhere.
Go anywhere except here."
Kareem, that dude with the beard and the background, he could be a cousin. Just saying. He allegedly stole the heavy equipment from the South Bonneview Road on-ramp to northbound I-5, where crews have been working for weeks to widen the freeway. Smith continued to drive the excavator through the Chevron station and onto the gas pump area of the Arco before slamming it into the overhang. Officers contacted Smith, who they say put up a brief struggle before he was taken into custody. He was arrested on suspicion of stealing a vehicle, resisting arrest, and hit and run. Redding Police Sergeant Brian Torum said the theft was an unusual one. Most times people won't steal a tractor, he said. Torum did not know why Smith was in Redding.
Smith doesn't know why he's in Redding.
Man.
And he definitely didn't know how to drive that damn tractor.
He must have. He did okay.
That is a backhoe. That is a big fucking backhoe.
It's an excavator. It's an
Know
excavator.
what he was doing.
Yeah.
The thing that's crazy about that is that, like, people have no idea really how easy it is to start these up. I mean, because, like,
Well,
really,
clearly one guy does.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is he worked in construction before, because there's every make has, like, there's one key that's the same on all tractors, and that's the one that starts them up. And then there's another one that unlocks it, and all those are the same for that manufacturer. So Komatsu, all the keys are the same. So anyhow, some dumbass left the keys on that excavator because the thing is, we used to issue all of our operators their own keys, so they'd never have to worry about leaving the keys in the fucking machine.
Well, it's a good thing that was working on widening I-5.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it. That's going to do it.
At work.
That's going to do it for this episode of the WTH podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you tell a friend, and we'll see you next time. Have a great one. Bye-bye.